So today I'm going to show you guys how to effectively set up and create a glue compressor preset inside any compressor. So let's hop straight into the project and I'll show you guys exactly what's happening. So I'm going to give you a quick playback just so you can hear what is happening in the track and you can hear what we're working with. So the thing I'm going to focus on today is just glue compressing those drums together, because I want those drums to sound a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is all of my drums are in red. I'm just going to grab channel 16 over here. I'm going to hold Alt and I'm just going to move that channel just after my drums. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to hold Control and highlight everything up until the new channel we just added. Right click the new channel and say create group. Once I have that, I'm going to label it drum bus and make it red. And then instantly we're going to have this new channel being changed to drum bus. And it's going to add a separator over here just so we can see clearly that these are my drums, in case you didn't know already. Next step, instantly we're going to have to send all of our drums into this drum bus channel. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to click on each of these channels. And we're just going to we're going to go to channel 11, we're going to send. That's all you got to do. You got to remove from the master and you got to send it to the drum bus. So what this is doing is it's taking your channels, like your drums, for example, and it's basically sending those drums straight into the bus and not into the master. So then you can effect it as you wish on the drum bus and then it all sends to the master. And that's kind of how you're going to get that glue compression sound, or that's kind of how you're going to get that kind of merge, like kind of get your drums to merge together. So then next thing will be my clap bus, sending that through to the bus and then removing it from the master. Next thing, I'm just going to do it to all of them, sending them straight through into my drum bus. So once I have everything in there, I can double check this by going to channel 11 where my drum bus is, removing it, and then giving it a listen. If I hear any drums, then not all of it is sending. But if I hear no drums in this track right now, that means that my drums are sending to the right bus. Yeah, so I'm going to add it in and move up my drums back. Cool. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add in a simple compressor. For the sake of simplicity, for people that don't know how to use compression, I'm just going to be using the Red 3 compressor just so you can see exactly what's happening over here. So in the top left we have the ratio, next to it we have the threshold, then the release, then the attack. We have input, that's how much gain I want to be putting into the compressor. And then we have makeup gain over here, and we have the dry wet. So always keep that on 100% for those of you that don't already know that. And let's just hop straight into what settings we're going to be using. So the ratio that we're going to be using is a 2:1 ratio, keeping it simple, keeping it a bit of a light compression. Then straight after that, I want the attack to be 2 milliseconds. So 0.2 seconds, that's about right. Then my release is going to be setting at 0.1. So on this compressor, it would be all the way down. On another compressor, it might be at a different place, but you want it to be 0.1. Then with the threshold, we're going to be aiming for 3 dBs of gain reduction. So if I look over here on this little display, this is going to show me how much I am reducing the gain. So I'm going to try and aim it to be at about around -3. So let's just give it a listen and try get that sounding right. Cool. Once we have our threshold set and we're getting -3 dBs of gain reduction, we're going to go to the makeup gain and we're going to plus 3 dBs of gain reduction. So let's give it a listen again. I am happy with that sound right now. This isn't the only compressor that I would use on these drums, but it's the only compressor that I'm going to show you how to use on these drums. What I would do now is I would go and save this as a preset and label it glue compressor, just so that at a later stage in life you can just come back, reopen it up, and then it'll be at the correct settings as you want it to be. And this glue compressor I would recommend using on drums. These settings would be good for drums and also on a master mix. So what you could do is you could go to your master channel and you could add in a compressor. I'm just going to use the same one. It was 2 dB. It was about 2 attack ratio. The attack was 0.2. We get that right. Then we had 0.1 release. So then on the master channel, you can then compress this, blast it up. and then you can just basically do the same thing on the master channel. But what I would recommend you do is, once you have this compressor and your settings are set, try and turn up the volume a little bit. Try and see if there's anything that is sticking out of the mix a little bit too much. So in this track right now, I can already hear that the kick drum is punching a little bit too hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring that down a bit. And I think I'm going to keep it around there. I'm happy with that. Cool. Sounds good. So then, there you go. Glue compressor settings, simple, easy way to do it.